Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome, man. Welcome to Beyond Classic. Got a quad here going on today, man. Starting off with the Meters doing Sissy Strut. Man, forever and a day since I heard that. Jerry Garcia and company doing That's What Love Will Make You Do, live in 75. Followed by John Prine doing Lonesome Friends of Science. And then Tony Rice and Friends doing John Hardy. I just want to first give a shout out and a thanks very much to Jack Sarah. Jack, thank you for the recommendation, man. I'll also thank you for the links provided. I appreciate it very much. Let's check this out, man. Starting off with Sissy Strut. The Meters, Sissy Strut. Let's get it. Nice. There is a crazy extended version of this, like almost 10 minutes long. All right. The Meters, Sissy Strut. Good one, Jack. Where did you dig this out of, man? You gotta tell me. Maybe it's in one of your playlists or something like that, and you thought, hey, yeah, you know, with this new channel where anything goes, man, this would definitely be a really, really nice addition. Excellent. Good call, man. So, let's do a little background, man. Background on Sissy Strut, background on the Meters. One of those, well, I won't necessarily call them a flash. I mean, they were on the scene for a while, but they didn't put too many hits on the charts. That's all. But they were still really, really good. Still really good in concert venues and things of that sort. All right, man. Sissy Strut. Sissy Strut is a 1969 funk instrumental by The Meters. Released as a single from their eponymous debut album, it reached number 4 on the R&B chart and number 23 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2011, which honors recordings of lasting, qualitative, or historical significance that are at least 25 years old. The AV Club called the song a classic deeply rooted in New Orleans music tradition. Absolutely. The Meters also released another single, Sophisticated Sissy, from the same album. Sissy Strut was featured in the 1997 film Jackie Brown. You remember that part where Robert De Niro was getting out of jail and they're taking him in the van, taking him back to their little hideaway, their little crib, and the music is playing in the background? That was the tune, man. All right. Bridget Fonda, she was at her best there. Covers. Yo, man. Yeah, there's just way too many covers here to mention. Everyone from Dave Matthews to Johnny Lewis to Dirty Dozen Brass Band, everybody. The Butch Cassidy sound system, way too many to get into. So let's just skip that completely, man. So, Sissy Strut, the album. Sissy Strut is a compilation album of 13 songs released by Island Records in 1974. All songs were originally released by Josie Records on the Meters' first 3 albums from 1969 to 1970. Robert Christgau had a positive review and called Ziggy Modellesti's drumming the secret, adding it's almost as if he's the lead. Yeah, I didn't read that right. Adding, it's almost as if he's the lead. There we go. Okay, man. So, forgive my choppy reading. It's challenging sometimes navigating the slab that Wikipedia drops, but it's still the best thing afloat. It's like Noah's Ark. It stinks sometimes, but still the best thing afloat. All right, man. Let's check out our next track. That being That's What Love Will Make You Do, Jerry Garcia. All right. And, yeah, damn. It's a long-ass jam. 10 minutes. That's What Love Will Make You Do, Jerry Garcia. Let's get it.
Start to shake inside when I see you stroll. I lose my self-control. That's what love will do for you. That's what love will make you do. No matter how hard I fight, baby, I'm still in love with you. If you ever in need, there's no limit to what I'll do. I work 8 days a week, baby, and give it all to you. That's what love will do for you. That's what love will make you do. stand the test. When they talk about making love, baby, you're the best. Don't wanna brag about you too much and give others ideas. I'm trying hard to express myself, 'cause baby, that's the way I feel. That's what love will do for. That's what love will make you do. No matter how hard I fight, baby, I'm still in love with you. Don't wanna brag about you way I feel. That's what love will do, boy. That's what love will make you do. No matter how hard I fight, baby, I'm still in love with you. No matter how hard I fight it, baby, I'm still in love with you. No matter how hard I fight it, baby, I'm still in love with you.
Excellent. What an excellent, excellent jam. You talk about a nice evening out. You talk about going out. Nice evening out with friends, intimate party at your place, or going out to a really nice venue, sitting back, a nice piano bar, chilling and listening to this. Yo, great evening out. That's what I'm calling it, man. That was excellent, man. Jerry Garcia's got a lot of charm. It's like there's a calm element on the top, you know, and then there's just vast deepness below it. He's just got that element about him. He doesn't have to scream, he doesn't have to screech, he doesn't have to go into a crazy guitar solo, nothing. He's just got a nice, tranquil charm about him. Really, really nice essence of the man. Really, really cool. The Dead epitomizes that, and also even in his solo works and his collaborations, he's just on constant, really, really nice force, a nice presence in music. You know, that's how I think of Jerry Garcia. Fantastic artist. Even though I don't know much about him, I feel how he's missed by a lot of fans. My dad, surprisingly, even though he'd never talked about him or anything like that, he's quite a fan. And when Jerry passed, my dad was just out of it for a couple of days. He didn't say much, he didn't speak much, he was just, and I realize now what he was going through. I didn't know until I started doing my reactions that my dad was a really, really huge Roadhog fan. He would be working in camp somewhere with old man Rufus, and they would hop into the car or the van, usually in a van with a bunch of guys, a couple of vans, a caravan of guys, and they would drive. If who's ever within a day of driving, whether it being the Dead, whether it being Dylan, whether it being Johnny Winter, whoever it was, they would drive, and then they would check out those venues, those concerts. So he can't remember. He was so drunk and so stoned through a lot of it. He can't remember how many times he's actually seen the Dead. You know, he's seen Dylan. He's guesstimating between 12 to 15 times. Old boy Rufus, old man Rufus, he probably twice that much, because he's older than my dad and he's been at it longer. They used to be welder pipe fitters, and man, so that's what they did when they left camp, right? And so with the Dead, man, and seeing them so many times, it's definitely a part of his whole a part of his musical journey. And so with Jerry's passing, I understand the magnitude of what that meant now. You know, and I couldn't understand, okay, here he is, you know, just so out of it for a couple of days. My mom was upset as well. And so I realize now just how important this man is, and how important he was to my dad. Yeah, fantastic. And there you go again, an example of someone who will cross genres, someone who will cross lines. Yeah, I was brought up mainly focusing on Soul Train, and all of that sort of thing, and the R&B and the hip hop and all that stuff. But there's a really, really strong element of fusion in my upbringing, and I just really recently realized just how much exposure I've had to all of these artists. Bob Dylan is a big example. I had no idea that I had so much exposure to Bob Dylan. I had no idea I had so much exposure to Jeff Beck, to the Grateful Dead, to the Allman Brothers. So memories are tripping in. And, where Jerry Garcia is concerned, it's a huge, huge thing because he's one of my dad's heroes. Didn't know any of that. I wouldn't have known that stuff had I not started a channel. And now, as I'm listening to tunes and memories come back, I go back and I ask my pops, so yeah, take me back to that time when Jerry died. You and Mom were really upset. You were just really out of it. So he would tell me, oh yeah, well, when I used to be a welder and all that stuff in camp, we would travel and we would go wherever they were and this sort of thing. And sometimes if it took us a couple of days to travel, it's all good. We would switch shifts with somebody else and, just so that they would have the time. So he doesn't recall how many times he's actually done this. He's guesstimating that he's probably seen them about 20-25 times. Unbelievable. The great things that they have to at their disposal back then. They just had no idea how good they had it, let me tell you. Alright. Sorry, I went way the hell off. This reaction is going to be over an hour now. Me and my damn talking. Alright, man. That's what love will make you do. That's what love will make you do. Appears on All Good Things, Jerry Garcia Studio Sessions. All Good Things, Jerry Garcia Studio Sessions is a 6 CD box set by Jerry Garcia. It contains Garcia's 5 solo studio albums and an additional disc with previously unreleased studio recordings. The albums are remastered for the box set and include bonus tracks such as alternate versions and outtakes from the album recording sessions. The box set also includes a 128-page 128-page book. It was released by Rhino Records April 20th, 2004. A bonus disc, All Good Things Redux, was also included with pre-orders from jerrygarcia.com. The albums included in All Good Things are Garcia 72, Compliments 74, Reflections 76, Cats Under the Stars 78, and Run for the Roses 82. Critical reception. From AllMusic, Stephen Thomas Erlewine said, quote, "All Good Things is for the diehards, the ones who enjoy hearing every scrap of tape from Garcia, fully aware of the erratic nature of his solo career, and willing to purchase an expensive box set with that in mind. They will certainly be pleased with this lovingly produced set, which boasts excellent HD CD remastering, individual digipacks, and a detailed 128-page book that contains an intro by Robert Hunter, an overview of Garcia's solo career, and individual notes for each album. While it's unlikely that anybody outside of those dedicated fans will find this of interest, Jerry's albums, when taken together, confirm both your best and worst feelings about his music. The Dead have always been a band that treated their devoted very well, and this is a box targeted at those very fans. If you know what you're getting into, you will not be disappointed by the quality of All Good Things." Unquote. Stephen Thomas Erlewine. Good, he breaks it down very, very good. You know exactly what to expect. Alright, man, that was an excellent jam. So, on we go Let's check out John Prine, Lonesome Friends of Science. By the way, rest in peace, John. I know that you passed recently, and you want to hear something really stupid, really messed up. I couldn't do a tribute to you on my classic rock platform because I had so many ignorant backlashes when I did a Kenny Rogers tribute. It was unbelievable. If I was to read some of the stuff that was written about it, I didn't want to go through that again. Rest in peace, sir. Anyway, John Prine, Lonesome Friends of Science. Let's get it.
The lonesome friends of science say the world will end most any day. Well, if it does, then that's okay, 'cause I don't live here anyway. I live down deep inside my head, where long ago I made my bed. I get my mail in Tennessee, my wife, my dog, and my family. Now poor old planet Pluto now, he never stood a chance no how when he got uninvited to the interplanetary dance. Once a mighty planet there, now just an ordinary star, hanging out in Hollywood in some old funky sushi bar. The lonesome friends of science say the world will end most any day. Well, if it does, then that's okay, 'cause I don't live here anyway. I live down deep inside my head, where long ago I made my bed. I get my mail in Tennessee, my wife, my dog, and my kids and me. The Vulcan lives in Birmingham. Sometimes he just don't give a damn. His head is full of bumblebees. His pride hangs down below his knees. Venus left him long ago for a guy named Mars from Idaho. The Vulcan sent a wedding gift, three-legged stool and a wheelchair lift. The lonesome friends of science say this world will end most any day. Well, if it does, then that's okay, 'cause I don't live here anyway. I live down deep inside my head, where long ago I made my bed. I get my mail in Tennessee, my wife, my dog, my kids and me. Those bastards in their white lab coats who experiment with mountain goats should leave the universe alone. It's not their business, not their home. I go to sleep and it never rains. My dog predicts hurricanes. She can smell a storm a mile away. That's all the news we have today. The lonesome friends of science say the world will end most any day. Well, if it does, then that's okay, 'cause I don't live here anyway. I live down deep inside my head, where long ago I made my bed. I get my mail in Tennessee, my wife, my dog, my kids, and me.
It's a great story. Beautiful. Yeah, man. When you talk about great storytellers, this gent is right up there, rubbing shoulders with Dylan and the like. Absolutely. Rest in peace. So, man. Lonesome Friends of Science. Fantastic track, man. Lonesome Friends of Science. Lonesome Friends of Science appears on the album The Tree of Forgiveness. The Tree of Forgiveness is the 18th and final studio album by American country folk singer John Prine. The album was released April 13th, 2018. Song facts. This song has two inspirations: the Vulcan, which is the largest cast iron statue in the world, and the demotion of Pluto to a minor planet. John Prine explained to The Sun, quote, "I've always been kind of fascinated by the Vulcan in Birmingham, Alabama, and have tried to write a song about it for years. When I heard about how Pluto was demoted from a planet to a star, sick, I knew I wanted to write about it. I think the two stories complement each other," unquote. The Vulcan is the largest cast iron statue in the world, reflecting the iron and steel industry. Vulcan, the Roman god of fire and smithery, was a popular namesake for iron foundries during the Industrial Revolution. You know, it's funny, we're talking about mythology, and in a time when we now have all of these superhero movies out, we have all of these monster mash movies out, we've got all of these movies with a theme out, you would think that somebody in their infinite wisdom in Hollywood would want to put together a movie series of Greek mythology, Greek heroes. I mean, that is an untapped source. We got the technology today to make it really, really cool. I mean, Wonder Woman has just really scratched the surface of Greek mythology, and I think there's a great opportunity there. Hey, you heard it first from me. Greek mythology. Run a whole series of movies, just like what Marvel did with their whole superhero series. What is it? Over 10 years, they did like, God, I don't know how many movies they did in 10 years, but they did a whole slew, and they're all connected to a thread. Do that with Greek mythology, man. Anyway, reading along. Pluto was originally considered to be the 9th planet from the Sun, but the International Astronomical Union came up with a new definition for planets in 2006 that excluded Pluto after many other similar icy objects were found, including Charon and Iris. Album reception. The Tree of Forgiveness has received positive reviews from professional music critics, with a Metacritic rating of 77 based on 13 critics, indicating generally favorable reviews. Wow, critics are so renowned. Commercial performance. The album debuted at number 5 on the Billboard 200, which is Prine's best ever ranking on the chart. It also debuted at number 2 on the top country albums chart and rock albums, and number 1 on Americana folk albums, selling 53,000 copies, 54,000 album equivalent units in the first week. It has sold 156,000 copies in the US alone as of September 2019. All right, man. Fantastic. Fantastic track. Wonderful storyteller. All right, man. So that's song fact info on this excellent tune. Let's bounce to our final track, man. And that being John Hardy. Tony Rice, Bella Fleck, Jerry Douglas, Sam Bush, John Cowan, and Mark O'Connor. All right, John Hardy. Let's get it.
Here's what we'll try to do. Actually, Bela and Sam recorded this with, well, Flux too, for that matter. They were on this particular version of a tune that I did on an album called Cold on the Shoulder. And this might be an extended length version, but we hope not too extended. It's called John Hardy Was a Desperate Little Man.
Little man, back on his guns every day. Shot down a man on the West Virginia line. Ought to seen John Hardy get the way. Ought to seen John Hardy get the way. Well, they run up to Virginia around the East Stone Bridge. Not even sure to be free. And along came a marshal with a gun in his hand. Said, Johnny, come along with me. Johnny, come along with me. Hardy get away. Ought to see John Hardy get away. Thank y'all for being a beautiful artist. God bless and we love you.
Great job, Tony.
The true story of John Hardy. Along the same lines as Stagger Lee, Lloyd Price, 74. Yeah, man, fantastic. Good piece of history there. These guys really did great, man. Fantastic, trading off the variety of their instruments. Excellent. I imagine Tony Rice is the guy playing the acoustic guitar. I'm not quite sure who's who here. Really good rendition though. All right, man. John Hardy. There's a song that's been covered a million times by a million different artists. Let me tell you. I know the Lead Belly version. John Hardy. John Hardy is a traditional American folk song based on the life of a railroad worker living in McDowell County, West Virginia in the spring of 1893. The historical John Hardy is believed to have gotten into a drunken dispute during a craps game held near Keystone and subsequently killed a man named Thomas Drews. Hardy was found guilty of murder in the first degree and was hanged January 19, 1894, with 3,000 people allegedly in attendance. Hardy is believed to have made peace with the Lord the morning before his death by being baptized in a river. The song has been performed by numerous artists from the 1920s through the present, including in alphabetical order. Damn, man. Hell no. Hell no. Let's skip that, man. Holy cow. Yo, there's at least 50 people. No, let's skip that. The earliest known recordings are credited to Eva Davis for Columbia in 1924, Ernest Stoneman for OK in 1925, and Buell Kazi for Brunswick in 1927. As with many other traditional folk songs, lyrics change from version to version. Early folk historians confused the ballads of John Hardy and John Henry. This has led to a mixing of stories related to Hardy and Henry. In fact, the historical John Henry was a steel driver. Yeah, John Henry was a steel driver, not a railroad worker. All right. And that's it, man. That is Wikipedia Song Fact Info. I'm just going back to this list. Damn, man. Everybody has covered this tune. And I mean everybody. Yeah. All right. So that concludes this excellent quad. What a really good mix there, Jack. You're probably saying to yourself, okay, let's just challenge STB's range. Let's just see where his level of tolerance lies. Well, so far so good, man. So far we've had a little bit of punk rock, we've had some reggae, we've had a little bit of everything. We've had some classical. I know I've got some jazz coming up. John hit me up. He says that he's got some jazz coming. So we've so far done a little bit of everything. Well, maybe not everything, but let's just say that we're open to having a little bit of everything. But don't be sending me no sappy ass love songs. I'm telling you right now, you're going to get pissed off and you're going to get turned away because it's going to be a straight, flat no. No sappy ass love songs. There's a difference between a love ballad and a sappy ass love song. A love ballad to me is the Rain Song by Led Zeppelin. If you have something that's not as cool as that, where the whole love theme goes, do not be sending me that shit. I will not do reactions to sappy ass love songs. Just letting you know, straight up. And gangster rap or death metal or something extreme and way out and crazy like that, where only one person is going to enjoy it. That's selfish. Don't do that shit, because I won't trust you again the next time. I'm speaking to a specific number of people already that I've turned away. They're trying to get cute and sneak in these little things, and I've already aborted a number of reactions. So as soon as I come across a sappy ass love song or something extreme or crazy and way out like that, I'm going to abort it immediately. So just so you know, that's how I roll on this channel. It's something that we all have to enjoy, whether it's, and you know what? Music is music. Good music is good music across every single genre, but with good taste. We are smart enough to have enough of a good discerning mind to know what the general likeness will like, the general public will like, and that's how we roll on this channel. We're not going to go with anything so specific and streamlined that only one person is going to be enjoying it. That's selfish. So let's stick to that, okay? I'm speaking to a certain amount of individuals. Anyone who comes across this reaction and you're hearing this, yes, I'm talking to you too. Make sure that you are submitting things that more than likely most of us are going to like. All right? That's all I ask. So, and with saying that, Jack, this was excellent. Of course everybody's gonna like these, man. These were excellent selections, nice range, and a decent bit of history, some good storytelling, a little bit of everything in this. For me, on a personal basis, Jerry Garcia's, man, That's What Love Will Make You Do was the standout for me. That extended jam, it wasn't too long, especially in keeping with the quad reaction here, and it wasn't too short as well, so it was perfect. That's a great track, definitely going on my song list, but I love them all, man. So Jack, thank you again, you did good, brother. All right, man, so let me just scroll down here before I bounce. Yeah, man, so I've got a couple more quads coming up very soon. Sarah, Francesca, Joe, Randy, Jeffrey. I still got to re-upload my Jeff Buckley's. I'll re-upload the Jeff Buckley's and his father Tim at the same time, and go from there. There was something else I was supposed to do, but I can't remember now. I'm tired. I got home just a short while ago, and so my brain is starting to shut down. So I'm gonna bounce. So thank you very much again, Jack. Everyone, hope you enjoyed this reaction, man. Take care, and I'll catch you in another complimentary quad. Peace.